not going to the fucking White House. No, I'm not going to the White House.
Well, hello there. Unless you've been living under a rock until recently, I'm sure you're aware of the fact that corporate America is in strong need of independent Wymen. So I decided to make this video with the help of a good friend, Megan Rapinoe from the US women's soccer team. Now, following these rules will probably not bring you happiness, just to give you a fair warning. But if you want to be corporate America's next competitive top Wymen, then this is the video for you. Always remember, it's not about what you want. It's about acting how they want you to. Rule number 1. If someone asked me to describe what life in modern America was like, I would say that there's probably no other country in no other time period in the history of the world that delineates more between winners and losers than the United States. We even send little children into schools to compete with each other and give them grades based on how well they compete with the other kids. You want to make sure that your 6-year-old is competitive, because if they fall behind and they don't end up graduating high school with good grades and move on to an elite college, well, let's face it, your little kid's going to be flipping burgers the rest of his life or working at a Walmart. Winning is everything in America. And when you do in fact win, you've got to celebrate that. It's not enough that you have all of the money and everyone else has none of the money. No, you need to constantly rub people's faces in it. Wear luxury brands. Film yourself and your rich friends going on vacation and act like this is supposed to be a TV show for poor people to watch. And all those poor people who barely have any money in their bank accounts, let's come up with as many ways as possible that we can fuck with them. We'll process transactions out of their bank accounts in strange ways and then fine the hell out of them, just because it's hilarious. Now, Megan Rapinoe knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's not enough for the women's soccer team to just win. No. If you're dominating, you gotta run up that scoreboard. You want the number of your team's goals compared to the other team to be absolutely ridiculous. And when you have succeeded in getting a double-digit lead, you want to showboat as much as possible. Really make the other team feel like absolute shit. Because you're a winner, and let's face it, they're losers.
Into double figures. And here they might get an 11th, and they are going to make it 11 goals. Morgan. Alex Morgan! Is it going to be 13? It is.
A lot of talk about the celebrations, specifically your celebration. What was going on with that, with the leg?
That's actually a shout out to one of my best friends on the team, Ashlyn Harris. She has these crazy bad knees that she says are terrible all the time, and she like yanks on them all the time. She's constantly yanking on them. I'm like, I think that's making it worse a little bit.
Was it in the moment, or did you?
No, it was in the moment. It was definitely in the moment. I think just in general for us.
Rule number 2. In modern America, what's on the inside doesn't matter. In fact, what does matter is a bunch of superficial things. The most important things in life are what you look like on the outside, what color your skin is, whether or not you have tattoos or dyed hair. The same thing goes for sexuality. Who you want to sleep with is very important. In fact, it's one of the most important parts of who you are as a person.
We're chilling. We got tea sipping. We got celebrations. We have pink hair and purple hair. We have tattoos and dreadlocks. We got white girls and black girls and everything in between. Straight girls and gay girls. Hey!
Rule number 3. In modern America, you always need to think of yourself first. Remember, this is land of the free. And by free, we mean freedom for the individual. You have rights and preferences, and let's face it, no one else's rights or preferences matter, only your own. Remember, if you're successful at work, in your personal life, or even on a sports team, all the other people who contributed to that don't matter. You should take all of the credit. The only person who matters is yourself. So make sure you let everyone know that you're the reason behind the success and that you deserve all of the credit.
What do you have to say? What do you deserve? I deserve this.
Rule number 4. Never forget that your opinion matters more than other people's. It doesn't matter that you've never worked as a politician before or done any research. The fact that you are a professional athlete, a business executive, a Hollywood movie star, entitles you to give your opinion about whatever you want. And you should take it for granted, of course, that other people are going to listen to your opinion and believe whatever you tell them. In fact, if they don't agree with you, then they're just stupid. After all, you're very good at soccer. That, of course, means you know what you're talking about.
I think that we just even more so realize in that moment we're so much more than what we are on the field. And I think this team really understands and is so prideful that we do carry with us other people when we step out on the pitch. It's the game, of course, and we want to win. But knowing the impact that we have already had and knowing the impact that we were going to have when we came home, the motivation of just that alone is incredible. And I really feel like we do this for our group, for ourselves, for our team, for our staff, for our friends and family, and for everyone. I think that we always want to try to bring more people into the conversation. We want to have the conversation. We want to open it up to everyone. I think obviously we are very lucky to wear the shirt and to represent America in a way that no team really does.
Rule number 5. Now, there will be some people out there who will say things like, you didn't succeed all on your own. No, you grew up in America, land of the free. People in the military died in order for you to have the freedom to do what you did. And therefore, the country itself deserves some of the credit. Of course, in modern America, a thought like this is pure nonsense, and you should disregard it entirely. In fact, America is an evil fascist country. We have a proto-Hitler in the White House right now. The fact that not every single other person in the entire country agrees 100% with your personal beliefs means that you need to protest the national anthem. You shouldn't put your hand on your heart anymore because, let's face it, there are people out there in America who have beliefs that you disagree with. And that just isn't acceptable. Remember, you deserve all of the credit. The United States, that country doesn't deserve shit.
Was when you knelt during the playing of the national anthem before a game in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. You said in a tweet, being a gay American, I know what it means to look at the flag and not have it protect all of your liberties. People still do not understand and criticize you for bringing one person emailed me today saying bringing politics into the game, for, they're disrespecting the flag, the anthem, the country. That is what the criticism is.
Yeah, it very much is that. I don't think anybody can deny the horrors of racism and Jim Crow and mass incarceration and, what's happening on the southern border and gay rights and, women's rights. It's like, I don't quite understand, sort of where the miss is, because I think a lot of the people that disagree with me would benefit greatly from a world that is better for everyone.
Rule number 6. Always remember that politics is a war between good and evil people. You, of course, are on the good side, the progressive side. And people on the other side, they're just plain evil. It's not that they have different opinions or just don't see things the same way that you see them. No, they're disingenuous. When they promote their right-wing views, they're lying to people, and they know they're lying. They're just doing it deliberately to be evil. This, of course, brings us to the corollary to Rule 6, which is crush the evil people. There's no reconciling with the right wing. Those people need to be destroyed. Trump, he needs to be impeached. And then he needs to be prosecuted and thrown in prison for the rest of his life. Remember, it's a zero-sum game. There's just no reasoning with evil people.
I'm not going to the fucking White House. No, I'm not going to the White House. I would not go, and every teammate that I've talked to explicitly about it would not go.
Everyone that you've talked to?
Everyone that I've talked to, yeah. I don't think anyone on the team has any interest in lending the platform that we've worked so hard to build, and the things that we fight for, and the way that we live our life. I don't think that we want that to be co-opted or corrupted by this administration. Make America great again. I think that you're harking back to an era that was not great for everyone. It might have been great for a few people, and maybe America is great for a few people right now, but it's not great for enough Americans in this world.
Rule number 7. This
We also want to continue to raise the bar to nudge people, to nudge our federation along, to nudge FIFA along. So
This, of course, brings us to the most important rule of all, and that's money is everything. You should constantly obsess over money and make that your primary objective. Whenever you have any sort of success in the workplace or anywhere else, you should demand more money. And when you're not paid more money, you should act like it's unfair. When fact-checking articles come out indicating that, in fact, you are paid the same as other people and that your compensation is fair, well, just disregard that. After all, that's sexist. Just keep bringing up this wage gap over and over again, no matter how many times people debunk it. Because guess what? It results in concessions, even if it's a lie. And over time, those concessions upon concessions, they add up to a lot of fat cash. And let's face it, in modern America, that's the only thing that matters. Money. Money is everything. So those are the 7 rules to be a successful modern Wymen. If you follow these rules, you too can be a corporate executive or a lesbian soccer player. I hope these rules were very helpful for you. If you like this video and you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button.
I basically hit it up. Pretty much. Pretty much.